Today we're revisiting my childhood. We're making peanut butter cheesecake with chocolate drizzle. Hi, I'm Jyn. Today we'll be making peanut butter cheesecake with a chocolate drizzle sponsored by Swiss Peanut Butter. We have two kinds today, the creamy and the 100% natural. We'll be using the 100% natural in the recipe today, mostly because it has no sugar, but it also smells really, really good. And to begin, we're gonna start with the base with our graham crackers or digestive biscuits, whichever you have. So we're gonna start with the base and we're gonna just break some of the cookies up and put them in the food processor. So to make the graham cracker base of most cheesecakes, you tend to just want a very small grind. You could also do this with a rolling pin and a plastic bag, but this is me being a little bit lazy. So we're just gonna grind some of these cookies. I used about 10 or 12 usually for a base for a small cheesecake. Right, so we want an even crush on the cookies, as even as possible. You don't want like big chunks in between the small pieces. Now that we have it ground, we want to melt some butter and combine it with this to make the crust kind of stick together. So you want the crust to be able to be packed really tightly to the bottom of the pan, and the moisture helps you do that. So about 2 tablespoons or so of butter melted. You can melt it in the microwave. I do that because I'm lazy. Hey, lazy is efficient. Okay, lazy is efficient. Okay, so to make the crust, I'm just gonna add a little bit of spice, but that's because I put spice in everything. So a little bit of spice to my ground digestive biscuits and give it a little mix and add my melted butter, my microwave melted butter. Now you don't want to add too much because you don't want it to be wet. You want it kind of like damp sand, that kind of consistency. So you don't want it oily feeling because that doesn't bake well. You just want sort of just moist enough for it to pack together well. So we have our pan here that we chose to use for cheesecake, and I'm just going to put a little bit of olive oil to the bottom and take a silicone brush and swirl it around to make sure it covers all the corners. And then I'm gonna pack the cheesecake base into it. Just right here. And I mean, usually people like put it in a bowl and then put their silicone like brush into the bowl, and I feel like that's extra dishes that I don't need to do. So just gonna scoop the base into the pan here. So you're gonna try to cover the base evenly and kind of pack it down. And the secret to getting it smooth, really, really smooth, is to use one of these guys and just pack it. Now onto the filling. We can put this aside. Start with a huge bowl because I make a lot of mess, so small bowls are not a good idea. Okay, so we're gonna use about 2 packages of cream cheese and about a cup, maybe a little less, of peanut butter. Usually I use sour cream, but the peanut butter is replacing the sour cream in my usual recipe. So the other thing is that this peanut butter is a little bit softer and creamier than the creamy peanut butter, I find. And there's also no sugar. So when you combine it with the cream cheese, you tend to not have like a offset or overly sweet cheesecake because of the extra sugar in the regular peanut butter. So when I put the peanut butter and the cream cheese together, I'm going to put the sugar in at the same time. The sugar kind of acts like an emulsifier. So you end up with a smoother, creamier cheesecake when you mix those things with the sugar at the same time. It helps break it apart more. With this peanut butter, because it has no sugar, it separates the oil from the peanut butter sort of on the top, which in my opinion, is a good thing. It proves how very real it is instead of something fake. And we're just gonna take out about a cup. So I'm just gonna mix it so it gets recombined with the oil that was on the top. Just a little mix. And then, there we go. Like I was saying earlier when I opened this jar of peanut butter, if you've ever had peanuts roasting in your oven, this is exactly how that smells. It's like very real. Right. And just add them together and add the sugar on top of this. I mean, some people prefer a cheesecake that's light and fluffy. I like a nice, dense sort of cheesecake, but still smooth at the same time. So I don't add any extra cream or anything like that. You can if you want. Let me add the sugar on top. So when you have the peanut butter and the sugar and the cream cheese combined, I just want to add the eggs one at a time. Very important to add one at a time because you need to have them combined first before you add the other one. You add all at the same time, you end up curdling your mixture. And room temperature eggs are best, always. And I'm also gonna add some vanilla, and I also have a little bit of bitters in there. I guess because I'm Trinidadian and bitters goes in everything. So vanilla and bitters first. So if you see some sugar grains, some sugar granules that are still not exactly dissolved into your batter, don't be too worried because the moisture from the eggs is gonna basically help dissolve that and incorporate it more so you get a smooth end product. Whoever told everybody that chefs are like neat and they never get dirty and they don't ever make a mess, that's a lie.
How much mess you make when you're at home?
Enough for my mother to yell at me once a week. Lots of mess, lots of mess. So this is our cheesecake batter that we're gonna bake. We're just gonna scoop some in here. So from here, we're going to basically put this in a water bath or bain-marie, which is basically a container that's bigger than this container. Put it in there, fill it with water at least till halfway of this pan, just so that the cheesecake itself cooks evenly in the oven. So you don't have part of it cooking more than the other based on how hot your oven is on one side or the other. And we're gonna bake it at a low temp around 300, not 350. I'm bad with times, so I just kind of monitor it, but it shouldn't be more than 20 minutes around there, just to cook the eggs and take it out, chill it in the fridge, and we'll top it after that. So our cheesecake is out of the oven. It took a little longer than we thought it would, so it took about 45 minutes instead. All you're looking for is as soon as it rises a little bit and you see that all of it's cooked, so it gets a kind of a matte color when it's cooked and it stays shiny where it's not cooked. So 45 minutes, 300 degrees or 150 degrees Celsius. So it's out, we're gonna put it in the fridge and we're gonna make the toppings fit by the time when it cools. Okay, so for the first topping, we're gonna do some simple chocolate ganache. I have some 70% chocolate here and some heavy cream, cooking cream, yeah. And all we're gonna do is to chop the chocolate a little bit, put the cream over it and throw it in the microwave for 1 minute and then pull it back out. You could do it the traditional way, but this is the fast, lazy man method that I like to use. So if you have chocolate chips, you could use chocolate chips as well, but I have a bar, 100% local, so we're gonna stick with that. And then we're gonna just put some cream on it and stick it in the microwave. 1 minute. Okay, so 1 minute in the microwave and you're just gonna take a fork and kind of whip it together. You see like the cream kind of melted and it's gonna combine and be like nice ganache. So you wanna mix it until it's smooth because it's gonna look lumpy and separated at first. And what you wanna do is kind of emulsify the chocolate and the cream together to get like a smooth kind of shiny product at the end. And we're also gonna do a little drizzle of peanut butter on the top just to reinforce some of the peanut butter taste. And because the creamy peanut butter has sugar in it and I won't have to add any extra, I'm gonna use a little bit of this and we're also gonna microwave it. I'm gonna start with about 15 seconds just for it to get runny so that it could drizzle over the cheesecake well. Okay, so 15 seconds and you see it's sort of gotten like runny. If you're gonna let it stand, it may stiffen up again, so you may wanna pop it back in the microwave before you drizzle. And I'm probably not going to need a pastry bag for this. I'm probably just gonna use a spoon and do this. Okay, so now that your cheesecake is cool, we're gonna attempt to top it. So we're gonna use a Ziploc bag and you're gonna try to put the Ziploc bag around your hand, kind of like if you would do a cup and just leave the pointy end out and sort of just throw some of your ganache in there. Right. And you want to make the tiniest hole to the bottom of the Ziploc bag. Right. You just sort of drizzle chocolate. And then we're gonna go with the peanut butter, which needs to go back in the microwave. We have our peanut butter here and just kind of look at it and it kind of drizzles, falls off a spoon in like a stream. And that's how you know you're ready to drizzle it, right? So you're just gonna sort of do this. So, please excuse the mess I made around the pan. But, gonna cut into it and get our first slice. Right, there we go. You're gonna taste first bite. Not too sweet, good balance, you know, chocolate, peanut butter, not too much of either. Nice, creamy, really good. So, and I mean, if you want to use chocolate cookies as your base instead of graham crackers, that is also a good choice, but graham crackers classic, so maybe, you know, classic is good for me. The crumbs right there. All right. Here we go. So this was a great, easy recipe, very simple to do at home. So feel free to visit the website, go and try the recipe, let us know if you have. And thank you so much for Swiss Peanut Butter for allowing us today to make peanut butter cheesecake. Swiss products can be found in groceries nationwide. And thanks for watching. Bye.